Well, good evening and welcome to Facebook Live on the 15 Red podcast, and hello to snooker fans everywhere. By the way, I'm just in the singing mode because I was singing snooker, loopy, nuts, are we? Me and Scott and Mike and me. We were singing along there. So yeah, it was. I got my guitar out, and if you didn't see it, I did a cover. If not, go back and watch it. Yeah. So it's 7:15 nearly on April Fool's Day. It's April Fool's Day today, believe it or not, April the 1st, 2021. And I'm live in Burton-on-Trent, and we're also live in Northern Ireland. First, we'll go to Scott first. How are you, Scott? Good evening.
Very good evening, Graham. All's well here on this Monday, Thursday.
Yes. Yes, and I hope your glasses didn't get too badly damaged from last night.
No, my father managed to put them on again, so we're all right.
That's good. And good morning to Mike in Vancouver. Good. How are you, Mike?
Very well, fellas. Very well. Ready for another
Have you recovered from last night's shenanigans?
Oh, man, that was hilarious, wasn't it? Great.
What a show. What a show. Right. So we've got to cover the finals from the Crucible very shortly, 1990 to 1996, as Scott will call it, Stephen's run. We're gonna go through that, John. But first of all, what's been happening at the Championship League today, guys?
Well, John Higgins missed a maximum.
Okay.
I heard.
I didn't see that, but what was he on?
He was on 88 and missed a double on the red.
Damn. Yeah, I saw a bit of Higgins earlier on when he was playing darts, and that was comfortable. That was
the same match. That was the same match.
I didn't see the earlier frame, but that was, like I say, comfortable victory. He looked
3-1 at finished.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he looked solid. Did Higgins? Dot didn't stand a chance, really.
Well, I did say that John was my tip for Sheffield.
He could possibly come true.
Yeah.
But I'm still in favour that John doesn't like the long, drawn-out matches. He still doesn't like the format of Sheffield and World Champs. He hasn't liked it for a couple of years now. And that could be...
Well, he's been in 3 finals in the last 4 years. Hold on.
Yeah, but he was stated the final that he got in against Trump. He was like, it's just a drag, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it could come true, Scott. He may just pull it out.
Have you got my group table there, Graham?
I have, yes. John Higgins currently in the lead of that table, by the way. He's won his first 2 games. He's won 2 games. Yeah, he beat Mark Williams and Graham Dott, of course. Zhao Yulong is second. Judd Trump is third with a win. Graham Dott went to 4th with that defeat. So he's still in the qualification setups. That's Higgins.
For the 4-man playoffs, of course. And whoever wins the 2 semi-final playoffs, they play each other in the final, and the winner of that final wins the whole thing. Now,
another thing is to mention that Ali Carter beat Kyron Wilson. He's not firing all cylinders, Wilson, is he at all? He's dipping there.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a cold run here for pretty much most of the season, really, when you look back.
But I'll tell you what is very good is Kyron's trivia knowledge. Did you see him on that tour test on ITV4 during the tour championship?
Yes, I did see that. That was impressive.
He topped the standings with 7 out of 8 questions, right?
Wow.
Right up
there you go. Good old Kyron. I wish you could produce it on the table though, because I do like Kyron Wilson, but he's just not doing it at the moment. So don't know why. There's no real particular reason. I don't know what's gone wrong with him.
No.
Just don't know.
No.
But yeah, Ali Carter, like I say, beat Kyle Wilson. Kyle Wilson is 6th in that group. But more interestingly, Mark Williams is bottom of it. Yeah,
Wow.
that's interesting, isn't it?
Dear me, Mark.
But
Not good at all.
Do you think these guys actually result orientated in this tournament? Do you think they?
Well, John clearly is.
Yeah, but I think some of them, like, they're just using it as a practice session.
Yeah.
I think.
Bear in mind, particularly for top 16 players, they won't play again until Sheffield.
No, true.
That's right. That's absolutely correct.
Because
So
they'll not
that's
be
why I
playing the
said-
qualifiers, and therefore.
yeah, and that's why I said that they're using this as a practice session, and definitely, the standard of snooker any good at the moment in the Championship League?
Yeah, the standard's been all right, but it just the matches are a bit too short. That's all.
Yeah,
that's the other thing, isn't it? It is a little bit of a practice session, but they'd like the longer frames. But
I think so.
Yeah, it's
But
coming.
then
Mike.
again, they've got to fill the time in the calendar, so.
Yeah, it's coming, Mike and Scott. It's coming.
Yeah.
The big one is coming.
16 days.
It's not far away. And we've also got the qualifiers before that, of course.
Yes.
So, talking about World Championships then, before we get into them finals, any news of note today? Any news items flying around?
No, I haven't looked terribly hard because I was talking to a friend of mine earlier, so I haven't had much time to be looking, really.
Okay. Mike?
The one thing I saw was Neil Robertson was saying that his father came over from Australia to visit him. His wife had arranged that he'd come over and visit, and that gave him inspiration for the tour championship. And now he's said he's got a new, fresh outlook on the World Championships. So if he plays anything like he did in Tour Week, he's going to be a tough out.
Yeah, maybe the hairstyle is helping as well.
Yeah.
I think his wife wrote to the Australian either to the Prime Minister or the Governor General. As you'll know from Canada, Mike, the Governor General is Her Majesty's representative there in Australia, and she basically allowed his father to. They basically allowed his father to come out of Australia and come to the United Kingdom.
Yeah, no, it's very good. It's a great story when you think about
it.
Yeah, without a doubt. So that's the news items. And by the way, did you see that picture that was flying around of Ronnie O'Sullivan with the same hairstyle as Neil Robertson?
Yeah,
I didn't indeed see that.
And everyone was going, well, Ronnie's new hairstyle, what's going on?
But having said that,
actually, I think Ronnie's the kind of person who would do that in Sheffield, come out in round one with a big wig on.
That would be good.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, having said that, let's transfer ourselves back 31 years ago.
Yeah, let's do that. I was going to use some theme music, but unfortunately, it won't get played out on live, so we won't use that. So, do. Going back in Doctor Who there. This is
test match. That's the test match theme music, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. I don't know what it was, but the hospital is just over there. Right, so we're going back to 1990 World Championship. And the run then, Scott, of Jimmy White, because it was a Jimmy White Stephen Hendry final. So,
yeah. Danny Fowler 10-4.
Yep.
John Virgo 13-6.
Yep.
Let's see. Terry Griffith 13-5. Jimmy White or Steve Davis 16-14, and he lost 18-12 in the final.
Not bad.
Steve on them. Elaine Robidoux 10-7. Tony Meo, 13-7. In the quarterfinals, he beat Darren Morgan 13-6. And in the semis, he beat John Parrott 16-11 and won at 18-12. Session scores: 4-3 Hendry, 9-7 Hendry overnight, 14-10 Hendry after 3 sessions, and he won at 18-12, becoming the youngest ever champion, of course.
Yep. Okay. Just before we go any further with the final, Kelly's message and said Ken Doherty had a 147 in practice at Ding's Academy today against Tai Peng Fei.
Oh, well done. Well done to the darling of Dublin then.
In 1990, Michael Haig says in 1990, the 4 semi-finalists were the top 4 ranked players in the world.
Indeed.
This is the only time that this has happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Good. Michael Hager's pulling these stats out of the fire quicker than I can find the pages in the almanac.
And it's great how someone can rival you there, Scott. In stats and facts. Wow.
Nobody has right to say that, though. Yeah.
By the way, the number 1 song at this time was Madonna and Vogue.
Oh,
wow.
I won't play the songs because, like I say, we can't hear the music. But yeah, it's Madonna and Vogue. Vogue, whatever it was. So yeah, internet. Sorry, I'm not.
And of course, Steve. Steve was the defending champion, and he lost to Jimmy in the semi-finals.
Correct.
And it was his 9th successive semi-final, which is a record that still stands today.
Okay, so the final then, Scott.
Was 91?
Oh yeah, sorry, that was 91. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 1990 final then, Scott. So it was on the 28th and 29th of April. Session scores, please.
I've done that.
Have you? Did I miss that?
So we're talking about.
Oh, you did. Oh, you did miss that. Sorry, I missed it. Sorry.
So the winner was Stephen. He got 120 grand. Jimmy got 72, and the total prize pool was 620K. So not bad for the early 90s.
Jimmy made a 140, which was the highest.
Jimmy made a 140, which was the highest break. And also, Jimmy White was very complimentary of Stephen after this final, which obviously doesn't continue on.
No.
So, just some point. Oh, and then Steve James made a 16 red clearance as Scott.
Yep.
He made a 135. So,
a free ball with 15 reds left, basically.
Free ball with yes, exactly. So, and Len Ganley was the referee.
Yeah.
Stephen Hendry and Elaine Robidoux were level up 7-7 in the first round match when the referee announced that Robidoux had committed a foul by making a push shot. Hendry compiled a break of 58 to win that frame and added that following 2 frames to progress 10-7.
Yep.
That Michael Hager's come up with that.
Yeah. For the only... Yeah, he came up with that stat as well. John Parrott trailed Mark Bennett 9-7, but took the next 2 to force a deciding frame, which he won on the final pink after a break of 69, after being 59 points behind. So that was another piece. That's another piece of information there.
Okay. All right. So from 90 we go to 91. Scott.
And just one more thing there. 1982 champion Alex Higgins returned to the Crucible after missing out the previous year and lost 10-5 to Steve James in the first round.
And then made the most horrendous drunken press conference you've ever seen.
Yeah, and punched an official in the stomach as well.
Oh, wow.
And he said, you can shove... Is that the time when he said you could shove your snooker up your ass? I'm not playing no more.
He actually said you can shove your snooker up your jackson.
That's the one, yeah.
Right.
Oh, dear me, Alex. Oh, dear.
Typical Alex nonsense, that.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
All right. 91, Scott.
91.
91, you'll want Jimmy's route first of all.
Oh yes, he goes first on most of these.
Yeah, unfortunately.
By the way, I just want to say this about this tournament, Scott. You know, the year after the winner, so Stephen Hendry, he actually got to the quarterfinals. He didn't go out in the first round. It didn't happen to him, the first round Crucible Curse.
The first round Crucible Curse didn't happen, but he still fell to the curse because he failed to defend it.
Correct.
We'll get to. Hold on, Green. We'll get there eventually.
Okay.
So, Jimmy
Jimmy's
I'm
getting
told off tonight. Terrible.
10-3 against Nick Davison.
Okay.
13. Oh dear.
13 over folds.
13-12. Did you? Oh yes, so it was. 13-12 over folds.
Yeah.
13-3 over Gary Wilkinson.
Yeah.
And then in the semis, 16-9 over Steve James, and lost 18-11 to Parrott in the final.
Correct. Very good.
John's Root, whatever his name is. Ah, there we go. Nigel Gilbert, 10-6.
Yep.
Who's that?
Nigel, Tony Knowles, 13-1.
Wow.
Phew.
That's a smoker.
Tony Knowles, 13-1. Griffith, 13-10. And John says that Griffith had him in the long grass for most of that one.
That's a whole separate episode. That is. Okay.
And then in the semis, John beat Steve Davis 16-10, then won the final 18-11. Session scores.
And just to point out that the quarter-final of that year, Scott, was Steve Davis 13, Dennis Taylor 7.
Yeah.
But a revenge there. But a revenge.
Yeah.
It was also Steve's 9th consecutive semi-final appearance, which is a record that stands today.
Yeah, which I accidentally put in
for 90, but that's fine.
Yeah, and Ken lost out to Steve Davis after making his debut. That was Ken's debut.
Yep. He did. So the Darling of Dublin seems to be getting a lot of mentions tonight.
I think it was Alan McManus's debut too, was it not, Graham?
It was. It was.
Yeah.
And it was also the last time that Joe Johnson qualified.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He lost to Dennis, by the way, 10-6.
He did. That's quite right. I can see that here.
Yeah. And Ray Reardon retired as well after that. Yeah. He lost after he lost 10-5 to Jason Price in the second round.
And then
Thorburn failed to qualify for the first time. Steve Davis made his 9th semi-final in a row, a record that still stands. But we said that, didn't we? And defending champion
Stephen Hendry suffered the Crucible curse against Steve James in the quarters.
And also, would not suffer at the Crucible again until 1997. His Crucible curse here against Ken Doherty. So yes, let's carry on, Scott. Sorry, I'm repeating myself.
Also, the winner got 135k.
Yeah.
Prop got 80k, and the total prize fund was 750k. So the prize.
Right, I'll give you the. And who made the highest that year? Was that Jimmy made a 140 again?
Correct. Yep. 31 cents.
And also something else. Bill Werbenek was meant to play Clive Everton in the first round of qualifying.
Yeah.
But Clive pulled out with a bad back.
He did, and Bill got the walkover. Yeah.
He did.
Wow.
Interesting.
Could have been Clive Everton. go, Charlie.
Session scores in the final.
Yep.
7-0 John after session 1. 11-5 John overnight. 15-9 John after session 3. And 18-11 he won it.
Pretty
Nearly repeat. The start of it was a repeat of 85.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you notice that he won the first 7, and he maintained a 7-frame margin all the way through.
All the way through. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, he shared the frame the rest of the way.
Yeah. So that was interesting. And the number 1 song, by the way, at that time was Cher. It's in his Kiss song, the Shoot Shoot song.
Can he sing it?
It's in his Kiss. That's where it is. There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, that was number 1 then. So that's covered that year, hasn't it?
That's covered 91.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm enjoying
Right,
it.
then.
Great. God, it makes you feel old though.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Okay, Scott, you're going to 92.
Oh my God. So I've just looked at the next number 1 for 92. Oh dear me, I'm not singing that. Right, go on, Scott. 92.
There we go. Tony Drago 10-4 with a maximum break.
Okay.
Jimmy White's run, yes.
Yeah, Jimmy. Then Ali and Robidoux 13-11.
Yep.
Then Jim White 13-9. McManus 16-7.
Yep.
And he lost the final 18-14. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yes. Just going back to the previous year, Michael Ager says Nigel Gilbert wore a glove.
Yeah.
And in the first session of the semi-final, Jimmy and Steve James played on both of their birthdays. May the 2nd. This is the only time it has happened at the Crucible as well.
Yep. That tells me. Has that man got the almanac?
Don't know. But he keeps going. He keeps commenting, which is great, Michael. Keep going, son. Keep going.
Keep
It's
shouting
great.
it. That's very good stuff.
It is fantastic. Okay, so final scores then, Scott.
No, we have to do Stephen's route yet.
Yeah,
Stephen's route. Sorry.
Now, where the devil is it? Where's his name?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to sign off and let you guys go.
Stephen Murphy 10-3.
Ah, yeah.
James Watner 13-10. Steve
Yeah.
O'Kane 13-6.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
16-4.
Terry Griffiths 16-4.
Yep. And then you've got the session scores, Scott.
Yeah. 4-3 Stephen.
Okay.
4-3 Jimmy. Sorry, 4-3 Jimmy.
4-3 Jimmy.
10-6 Jimmy.
Yep.
14-10 Jimmy.
Yep. And 18.
That's lost 8-14.
The 10 straight frames.
We got to talk about that Brown. We got to talk about that Brown in frame 24.
Yep. Quick hello to Daniel Wells, by the way, professional snooker player watching in.
Hey, Daniel.
Oh, is he good? Hello, Daniel.
Yeah, he's watching in. He likes our post, so it's good.
Fantastic. So the interesting point there, that frame 1, Stephen opens with a century, and then
105.
105, and the last 2 frames he makes a 134 and a 112 to emphatically win 10 straight frames and beat Jimmy White again. Wow. I mean, talk about dominance.
That is a sizable deficit to overcome, isn't it?
10 straight frames from
10 straight frames.
Wow, one of the great performances.
Yeah. And people
That's
say
one of the
that
truth
Jimmy
of it.
collapsed. He didn't really collapse. Stephen was just out of this world.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that is very, very fair, Scott. So Stephen trousered 150. Jimmy Parker did 90
As runner-up.
as runner-up, and a total prize fund of 150K.
And
And
of course,
Jimmy got 100 for the max.
Jimmy got 100 for the max. I think.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He got 100 for the max, and John Street was the referee.
By the way, favourite shot in Jimmy's maximum?
Well, the black to complete. the black.
the black.
I think I'm gonna go for the red on the red to take it to 49 because he had to bend it with a bit of side.
All right.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
All right. So
To be fair, I haven't seen that maximum for a long time. I don't think I've watched it for ages, to be honest.
either. That's why I just.
Who was his opponent? Well, we know who his opponent was now. Tony Drago.
Yeah. There you go.
It was in frame. Let me see. It was in for. Somebody's knocking at my door.
Also in the final, Hendry made 4 centuries. Jimmy White made 2. So 6 centuries in the final.
Yeah.
Also, notable to point out that the debutants of that year were
Peter Ebdon,
Mark Johnson Allen, Mick Price, Chris Small, and Stephen Murphy, Nigel Bond, and James Wattener.
Exactly. Very good.
Yeah.
and of course Peter Ebdon beat Steve Davis 10-4
And John Parrott beat Eddie Charlton 10-0.
for the first ever Crucible whitewash.
First
Yes.
whitewash. Yes. Very
There
good.
would not be another whitewash until Sean Murphy beat Lou
Chong Hai in 2019.
Yeah.
Graham,
Wow.
Graham, what was the song for 1992? You said
1992. I don't think I wanted you to ask me that, but it was deeply dippy about the girl you love. It was Right Said Fred who did I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
Right said Fred. Very good.
Yeah. Goodness me. Can you imagine going into a snooker final and that's number one? Deeply. Anyway, sorry guys. I can play that on guitar, which is sad as well. Sorry.
Got 93?
Yeah, here we go.
Right,
93.
Fred, your favourite artist, Mike, of all time.
Right said Fred? Oh, boy.
Right, where's...
Just going to turn my light on.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Joe Swale, 10-4. This is Jimmy in 93.
Yes.
I think Graves got to the toilet, has he?
Oh, 96.
No, I'm just turning my light on because it's a bit dark. Yeah.
Joe Swale, 10-4. Jimmy in 93, this is.
Okay.
Joe Swale, 10-4 in the first round. Then Doug Mountjoy, 13-6 in round 2. Dennis Taylor, 13-8 in the quarterfinals. And James Watna, 16-9 in the semis before getting, well, beaten's not even the right word, hammered, 18-5.
Well, I wonder whatever happened to James Wattener.
Don't know. He
I
was
had no idea.
a great, good player.
Great little player, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Little player.
He was superb.
Stevens route.
Danny Fowler, 10-1.
Danny Fowler. Oh, boy. Okay.
Danny Fowler, 10-1. Darren Morgan, 13-4.
Yep.
Nigel Bond, 13-7.
Yep.
And my favourite current commentator, given that Clive is retired, given that Clive isn't currently commentating, Alan McManus 16-9.
Okay.
Stephen beat him.
Yeah. Michael
Go
Hager
on
says,
the angles.
Michael Hager says, Scott, just mention the brown in that 24 frame. And you mentioned the brown, didn't you?
Yeah.
A do or die shot for off the final red. That was. This changed the whole final.
It did.
If he had missed it, he would surely have been 15-9, and things would have been very, very different.
Correct.
He also said, Mark Wilcox said, poor Jimmy. Michael Hager again said, on the evening of the conclusion of the 92 final, ITV showed, what's that come up now? ITV showed the Bond film, Diamonds Are Forever. This helped to ease my disappointment over Jimmy losing.
Yeah.
And also, Alan McManus reached the semi-finals in 93. He next reached the semi-final in 2016. A record gap by a long way between consecutive semi-final appearances.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
That's
Michael,
better than the almanac.
I think Michael's outdoing you here, Scott.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Well,
fun.
I would know it, but I don't want to lose my place with the roots, you see.
Yeah.
So the session.
Absolutely.
The session scores for 93. Oh, heavens. Poor Jimmy. 5-2, Stephen.
Yep.
12-4 overnight.
Okay.
And then 18-5.
Oh boy.
Before Michael Hager comes in, the last final to finish with a session to spare.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Stephen
And of course, what happened in the opening frame of that final? Do either of you know? I know I told you, Mike, but do you know, Graham?
Stephen made 136.
Correct.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, Hendry made all 3 centuries in the final.
Yep.
Jimmy's highest break was 60.
Ooh,
You don't win too many doing that, I don't think.
yeah.
Also, the first time the prize fund was $1 million.
£1 million.
Oh, sorry, £1 million.
$1 million. Yeah.
£1 million. Correct.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. He's just converting it. That's all.
The winner Stephen got 175. Jimmy got 105.
What was the highest break in 93?
Steve Davis did a 144, and it was worth 14.4K. So.
And that was the year, of course, that Ronnie made his debut and lost to Alan McManus 10-7.
Go on, Angles.
Yeah. Spencer Dunn made his Crucible debut.
Having won a record number of qualifying matches, he won 11 matches to qualify.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
He defeated Ian Bullymore 5-1, Colin Mitchell 5-1, Elliot Clark 5-4, Neil Selman 5-1, Julian Goodyear 5-1, Kieran McAliadin 5-4, Mitch Met Hunsho 5-2, Bill Oliver 10-2, Colin Roscoe 10-7, Dave Harold 10-7, and Mark Bennett 10-9 just to get to the first round.
Wow.
And then,
That's impressive.
let's see, where is he? Do you know why there were so many debutants that year, though? Or so many sort of strange qualifiers?
Did many just pull out?
No, I'll tell you what happened. They played the qualifiers in September.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
yes.
so it was sort of based on false form.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Because
Scott, I've got a question for you. What did Hendry do in the frame 3 of the first round match? Don't look in the almanac. Don't look in the almanac.
Oh, don't do
Scott,
it.
don't look in the almanac.
I haven't a clue. I'll have to look at my almanac.
Oh. Do you know, Mike?
I have not a clue. I will be honest with you. I don't know.
In frame 3 of his first round match, Stephen Hendry compiled the 250th break at the Crucible, the 250th century break.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, 1, 2, 4. I see that now.
So,
Yeah. And also, Dennis Taylor's 13-11 second round victory over Terry Griffiths set a record for what?
Most second round wins.
No, Mike?
no idea.
No. It
Sorry.
set a record for the longest best of 25 match frames in professional play at almost 800 minutes.
Wow. That's crazy.
800 minutes.
Wow.
That's
Where
ridiculous.
did that go the full 25?
Hang on.
13-11, I think.
No, 13-11. Yeah.
So, all right. So,
Can you imagine if it went the full way? That would have been 900.
Well, that was probably Terry's fault rather than Dennis.
Yeah. Dear me.
so Graham,
So,
what was the song in '93 that you had?
okay, the number one song. Kelly says Michael Hager is a human almanac, by the way.
There you go.
5 Live. It was 5 Live by George Michael and Queen featuring Lisa Stansfield. Don't know what that was.
Nah,
But I'll give you the second song that was number one before that was The Young at Heart by the Bluebells. So there you go.
all right, not bad.
Yeah.
Better than Right Said Fred.
Better. Well, I think are we getting better with the music or not?
We're still scraping. We're still at the low levels.
Oh dear. Okay, 1994 now, of course.
Third, Jimmy.
Yes. Oh, the painful year.
Oh yes.
The one that got away.
Yep.
Yes, dear me. Now, there we go. Billy Snadden 10-6.
Just to say that if Jimmy potted that black, it would have been doing Stephen Hendry's run now. Oh, dear. Never mind.
Hold on, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Billy Snadden 10-6.
Billy Snadden 10-6. Neil Foles 13-10. Ken Doherty 13-10.
Yep.
And then in the semis, Darren Morgan 16-8.
Yep.
And then lost 18-17 in the final.
I don't think you should say it, Scott. It's painful hearing you read it.
It is.
I know, oh dear.
Right, Stephen's run.
Right, Stephen's run. Surrender Gill 10-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave Harold 13-2 with a broken bone in his arm.
That's right, yeah.
Remember that.
Quarters Nigel Bond 13-8. And then 16-9 against Steve Davis in the semis, which had Steve beaten him would have taken Steve back to world number one. But Stephen remained at world number one because he won the match.
Do we know how? Do we know what happened to Stephen? How he broke his arm?
He got up to go to the toilet. He was 7-1 up on Dave Harold overnight, right? 7-1 up on Dave Harold. And then he gets up to go to the toilet in the middle of the night and falls in the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
Dear me.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's brutal, that.
And then afterwards, when they came back out for the second session, Harold goes 7-2, and you think, oh God, Stephen's going to lose this. Yeah. But then he won the next 6, he was all right.
Yeah, just playing with like the sling on.
Well, he had the sling in between matches, but by the way, here's one for Michael Hager, right? Because Kelly Barker threw this one at me and I got it, by the way. 1994, Fergal O'Brien made his debut. What did he become the only player to do?
What did he? Fergal O'Brien. Don't know.
Yeah.
Make a century in his debut frame.
Oh, very good. Good
Right. There you go.
Good.
Yeah, well, yeah, he lost 10-7 to McManus. Yeah.
He did.
Okay. Yeah.
So this was also the tournament in which Cliff had a 9-2 lead and lost 10-9 to Nigel Bond, was it not?
It was.
Yeah. So this
Yeah,
was
man.
all kinds of funny things going on.
And that was Cliff's final appearance.
Chris,
It was also a certain Northern Irishman's final appearance.
yeah, Alex.
Yeah, after saying he would never play again, he comes back and qualifies for it for the last time.
Yeah.
And loses to Ken 10-5.
That was 10-6, but that was the year that Alex Higgins had an argument with John Williams, of course.
Yeah. Move, you're in my line of thought.
I'll stay in here all day, Alex. You play, I referee, you play.
Yeah.
He said, I've had to qualify, you know.
Do you know what happened, Alex? Right, this story's rather indiscreet, but I'll tell it anyway. Alex was found spending a penny on a plant in the practice room.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, what a guy he was.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't care, did he? He just didn't care.
So,
Well, there's been a man that has relieved himself in strange places in sport down the years.
Scott, did you read out the session scores?
All right, I'll do that now. 5-2 Stephen.
Yep.
9-7 Jimmy overnight.
Okay.
12 all. And then 18-17. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, what a final! What a final! What can you say?
In the 34th frame, didn't Stephen refuse to accept the free ball?
Yes, I think he did. You're right, he did. Because I remember the sportsmanship. Who said it? Who said it in commentary?
John Virgo, it was in the studio.
Yeah, and then I think he said what sportsmanship it was. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so Michael Haig, Scott, says in 1994, Nigel Bond beat Cliff Thorburn 10-9 in the first round, having trailed 9-2.
Yes.
Biggest deficit in the first round?
Yeah.
What did he say? Did he biggest deficit in the first round?
A record comeback from being one frame from defeat. I recall David Vine saying, David Vine said, in the end, it was the famous old grinder who was finally worn away. That was David Vine. Michael Haig says also, David Vine said at the end of that final, well, what can I say, Jimmy, apart from happy birthday?
And then Jimmy's response.
You know what? David Vine knows how to twist their knife.
And then, what was Jimmy's response?
It's beginning to annoy me.
He's beginning to annoy me. Yes. So his comments are getting a little more personal now.
But
and Michael
that must have been painful.
The question that you answered, Scott, Michael said, was it make a ton in his first Crucible frame?
It's correct.
Ah, there you are. Michael knows.
So,
well, see if you can message him, and we'll have to have him on because
I think that particular last frame when Jimmy was on that red and he had to get the long extension out and he played that incredible red into the corner.
Yes.
When he potted that, I thought, that's it. He's on his way now. That was
He's
the
done
biggest
it.
shot he took on. Yeah, and I thought he's done it now. And then a couple of shots later, bang.
The miss.
And I think he just said that I rushed it. It was just one of them, got down. I was shaking like a leaf. I didn't even think about it. And then that was it. He just missed it. But Stephen Hendry nearly missed the pink with the rest.
Yeah.
In the final break he made. So, and Stephen said, when I saw it sort of jaw and drop in, he said, that was my inspiration to carry on and say, well, I'm going to get every shot straight in the pocket.
Yeah.
And it inspired him.
What a player Hendry was. I mean, like, how do you do that? The composure you need when, you know, the entire country was on Jimmy's side.
Now, the thing is as well that got me was Stephen Hendry, snooker fan and all that, and he probably really liked Jimmy White, and he probably thought, well, you know, it's a bit bad of him to miss the black. He could have won, and now I've got to go clear up against him. You know, that's the hardest thing to do, I think, as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think Stephen was just a ruthless winner. He was going to win at all costs, and he was so good that he would win relentlessly and every single time. He didn't
Don't you think there was a part of him that felt a bit bad for Jimmy?
Not a chance. Not
No.
a chance. He's
now, what about now? What do you think he does now?
No, because there was an interview recently where a reporter asked him, "Oh, do you feel bad about that?" It's like, no, why? I'm trying to win. I go there to win. I don't go there to be second prize. So, no, he was a great winner. He was. What do you think, Scott? Do you think about that? Do you think that he felt a little bit off for Jimmy?
Well, he probably, like, he understands why people feel bad now.
You think so?
But, right. He understands it. But let me say this. Stephen Hendry, as you say, Mike, wanted to win at all costs. And the fact that 98% of the country, 98% of all the snooker fans wanted Jimmy to win, right? That, in a perverse way, was a motivation for Stephen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
For heaven's sake, they booed the man coming out.
And also, maybe we should accept the fact that, period, through that window, Stephen Hendry was just a better all-round player. Period.
Yeah, he was, and I think that Stephen deserved it over Jimmy, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. He
For all-round play.
Of course, Jimmy did. Right, let's be honest. On ability, Jimmy should have won a world title, but it was just the pressure that got to him.
Yeah,
I think he saw it, and even Stephen Hendry was sat in his chair and he thought, this is over. He knew, he was like, this is over. And Jimmy was there and he was potting the red and blue, whacked the blue in, wrapped the red in, whatever. And then to miss that black that Dennis Taylor said would have hit pot 99 out of 100.
I mean,
you know,
you could pop that blue, you could pop that black with your eyes closed with a cue the wrong way around normally.
That's true.
By the way, guys, we've had Kelly said, why don't we get Michael on as a guest? He's a great guy. Will be good quiz opponent for Scott.
There we go. We can do
Michael, you can come on the show whenever you want, pal. Sorted. But it'll be after the finals. We've covered the finals. Before the World Champs, you can definitely come on, without a doubt.
We'll have him on a preview show or something.
Yeah, of course. So that's it, Michael. You booked in. You got a date, all right? Sorry.
Yeah, we'll sort the logistics out after the episode.
Absolutely. And the number one song of 1994 was "The Most Beautiful Girl in the World." Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was.
So
So getting better with the music a little bit.
Just a quick question, though. Scott, Graham, of the 3 finals that Hendry and White contested, what was the most devastating?
Well, personally, as a Jimmy fan, I think that one, 1994, because he was that close.
Scott?
92.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the big lead he had. Yes.
Yeah, that's the one I got as well. Losing 10 straight frames. That looked to be just as much a win as the other one, but yeah. So now 95.
By the way,
and for once, Jimmy's not in the final.
Yeah. By the way, number 2 that year, was, you probably remember this one, was that song that goes, "Once there was this girl who got into an accident and couldn't go to school." Remember that one? Okay. Crash Test Dummies. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've heard of them, but I'm not that.
Yeah, it's a great little. That one.
You do that very.
It's a great little song. Yeah, you should have a listen, Mike. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, moving on to 1995.
Yep.
Right, Nigel Bond was Stephen's opponent this year, of course.
Yep.
Stephen Lee, 10-8.
Yep.
Then McManus, 13-10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gary Wilkinson, 13-7. And then Andy Hicks, 16-11, before losing 18-9 in the final.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stephen Druid. Stefan Mazrosas, 10-3.
Okay. Never heard of him.
Apparently a Leicester-born player with Latvian heritage.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Yeah.
And then 13-6 over Tony Drago in the second round.
Yep.
I'm going to leave the quarter-final out and ask that as a trivia question. Who did he beat in the quarters? Because he would play him several times.
Okay.
Over the years at Sheffield.
Okay.
In the semis, he then beat Jimmy White with 16-12 with a maximum break.
Yep. Okay.
The only maximum break to be made at the one table setup at the Crucible.
Okay.
Ah.
And he beat Nigel Bond 18-9.
Yep. Session scores in the final.
Yep.
4-3 Bond. 11-5 Hendry.
Yep.
16-9 Hendry.
Yep.
And 18-9 Hendry.
Okay.
Okay.
So he gets a maximum prize for winning. Plus he got the 147 bonus. Plus he got the highest break bonus. So he trousered over 350k with the high break, the break, and the win. That's one.
£353,000.
£353,000 he got.
Yeah.
On a bad 17 days.
And then Nigel, much did he get?
Nigel got 115k.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No.
By the way, going back to previous final, 1994, of course, Michael, as we said again, he recalls, like we all do, Ray Edmonds saying, well, did he see the title there, Dennis? When you missed that black, I need to get my hair cut first, he says. And he also said Hendry beat Nigel Bond in 4 consecutive World Championships, 93 to 96.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, poor Nigel.
Yeah.
Poor
Nigel was sort of the player for Hendry that Mike Hallett was for Davis.
Yeah, and it's swung now. Have you seen the pendulum swung? Poor Jimmy, it's now poor Nigel.
Yeah.
By the way, shall I give the answer to that? Who O'Sullivan or who? I've given the answer away now. Who Hendry beat in the quarters?
No surprise, Scott, but Michael got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, O'Sullivan. Did he get the right score?
He didn't, but he just said Ronnie. He said,
Yeah.
"I know it is."
13-8 it was.
I just want to say that guy's an absolute genius, isn't he? I thought you were good, Scott, but geez, Jingos.
Well, I can do it if I think about it, but dear me.
Incredible stuff. So yeah, what else was significant about 1995?
Andy Hicks got to the semis on debut.
Yep.
And it was Mr. Higgins' debut as well, John.
Oh yes, he lost to Al McManus.
That's right. And another debutant, Andy Hicks, got to the semis, of course. But he beat Steve Davis in an earlier round.
He did.
Yeah. Until 2020, this was the last World Championship to start on a Friday and finish on a Sunday.
It was.
On a Saturday. Yeah. And finishing on the May Day bank holiday as tradition. So, yeah, that's another thing there. And before the first round match between Jimmy White and Peter Francisco, there was unusual gambling patterns. And on a 10-2 win for White, and betting was suspended shortly before the match. A betting investigation was held, and Peter Francisco was banned for 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? There you are.
He was called...
He was called fixing.
Yes. Exactly.
Dear me.
Stephen Lee and John have been connected with.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, John's was never proved.
No, that's true.
Of course, that year, did we mention that Hendry made the max in that year as well?
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah.
Who was the ref in the final?
It was John Street.
Mr. John Street.
John Street.
Well,
I know you like John Street, Scott.
yeah, I do like John. Very distinctive hair, John Street.
Yes, he did.
So that was Stephen's 4th title, of course.
In a row.
In a row.
So, and the number 1 song, by the way, of that year, 1994, was...
No, 95, I think it is.
95, sorry.
Yeah.
Back for Good, Take That.
What is it?
Back for Good, Take That.
Oh, yeah. Not familiar with that one.
Want You Back, I Want You Back for Good. Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Song and I'll sing it. That one. That's it. That's number 1. And also out that year was To Play That Game by Bobby Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who was married to Whitney Houston, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, there you are. Right, moving on.
96. Last one of the day, by the way.
Yes.
Scott?
Right, Peter Ebdon's route, because Peter Ebdon that was his opponent in the final.
Yep.
Dino Kane, 10-1.
Okay.
Then, what the next his name? Then Jimmy White, 13-10. That was a classic. I remember watching that one recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 13-10.
Yeah.
I remember, I'll get to that in a moment. 13-10, and then in the quarters, he beat, Steve Davis, 13-10 again. 2 tremendous matches he played there. And then he beat O'Sullivan in the final, the semi-final rather, 16-14. Tremendous match. 1996 had a lot of tremendous matches. We'll get to those in a moment.
Yeah.
Hendry's route. I'll ask you this. Who's the chairman of the WPBSA? Not Barry Hearn, but who's the chairman of the WPBSA?
Is it Ken?
No, Jason.
Jason Ferguson.
Jason Ferguson, yes. That was the fellow that Hendry beat in the first round in '96.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Then he beat Gary Wilkinson 13-7.
Yep.
Then he beat Darren Morgan 13-5.
Yep.
Then in a repeat of the previous year's final, he beat Nigel Bond 16-7.
Yep.
And then beat Peter Ebdon 18-12 in the final.
The final.
Yeah. Before we get to the session scores of the final, Michael says in '96 we first saw Ronnie playing left-handed, and this was the year. This is up for debate, by the way. This was the year that it was against Alain Robidoux, of course, who, when he complained, saying it was disrespectful. Of course, we accept it as normal now, but in them days, it was probably classed as disrespectful. And Alain Robidoux was probably right in what he said. But what do we make?
Lost 10-3.
Yeah, what do we make of the incident where Robidoux would not give up that frame and concede with the pink and black left on the board?
Bit childish, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no real reason to do that.
No, don't read too much into that. Not really. No.
No. But I was just trying to get your thoughts on it, Scott. What you were thinking as well.
No. Well, Robidoux shouldn't have done it. If Ronnie wants to play left-handed, there's nothing in the rules to say he can't.
Exactly.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And Clive Everton said, "Is it a point worth making?" Yeah, Clive Everton said at the time.
Yeah. Anyway, can I go back to that? Because I'll give you the session scores first.
Of course. Yeah.
4-3 Ebdon.
Yep.
10-6 overnight to Hendry.
Oh, Hendry, okay.
14-10 Hendry.
Yep.
And wins 18-12.
Yep.
But there were some tremendous matches in I think 1996 was the best overall championship out of these ones we're covering tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Scott.
Yeah. Yeah. And the referee, by the way, for the final was John Williams, of course.
Indeed it was. You've got Peter Ebdon played, well, 3 classics in a row, really. He played Jimmy White, Steve Davis, and Ronnie O'Sullivan.
And then Hendry.
Yeah. But, I mean, the 3 in a row that he actually won.
Oh, absolutely. Correct.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in the quarterfinals, we've seen the greatest rivalry of all time for the first time at the Crucible.
Also, the highest break was shared for the first time.
It was.
Peter Ebdon and Steve Drago did the deed.
1-4-4 each.
1-4-4 each.
4-4 each. And by the way, Ronnie O'Sullivan received a 2-year suspension ban and a £20,000 fine, plus another £10,000 to be donated to charity for an alleged assault on an official.
Yeah, that was Mike Ganley, the tournament director.
There. Yeah, Terry Griffiths won his first round match for the 14th time in a row.
Yeah.
And a record that was beaten by Ronnie O'Sullivan in 2018. And this was Hendry's 5th consecutive title in the modern era.
Also, most centuries in a tournament, 48. 48 centuries. It was the highest. It broke the record of like 35, I think.
35 from 92 and 93.
Correct. Yep. So
and the final is the only time in Crucible history that the world champion did not take the last shot of the championship.
Because Ebdon needed snookers and...
Yeah. Wow.
Well, we've covered a lot of stuff here.
And by the way, I've got to mention the first round match between Davis and Thorne. That was a classic too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mentioned Ronnie and John, didn't I?
Yeah. Yes, you did, I think. Ronnie and John?
So yeah, no, all these finals were good, but
Ronnie and John Higgins, of course, the decider. That's right, quarterfinals. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just shows you how good Stephen Hendry really was. 5 straight finals, winning.
Yeah.
Like, are we ever going to do this again? Like,
No.
you'd be hard pressed to.
You would be hard pressed today. Yeah. Also, just a point of note there. O'Sullivan's 13-4 victory over Tony Drago in the second round set the record for the fastest best of 25 frames in professional tournament at just 167 minutes and 33 seconds.
Indeed. And that was the quickest match in Crucible history until last year.
That's the chip shot.
Yeah. Wow.
What's 167 minutes? That's like
167 minutes. It's like
2 hours. No, about 2 hours in it.
It's 2 hours and 47 minutes.
Yeah. Wow.
Just over 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, the semi-final was the same as the final the year before, Hendry and Bond.
Yeah. And it was also the last year of the best of 31 semi-finals. It was upgraded to best of 33 the following year.
Okay.
Yeah. And Ebden beat O'Sullivan in the semis. That was a bit of a shocker. Well, not really, maybe a shocker back then.
No, Ebden was a very good player.
Yeah.
Splendid match, that.
Yeah, any more notes? Yeah. Kelly Barker says, yes, Scott. 96 was a tremendous year. So many classics. The Ronnie Higgins quarterfinal, one of my favourite years. Peter Ebden is the only player to lose to Hendry in a World and UK final.
Yeah.
And also beat him in a World and UK final.
Yeah. What year did Ebden beat him in the UK final then?
Oh. That's a good trivia for tomorrow, actually.
No, but it isn't World Championship, so we can't use it.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, it isn't. Oh, I don't know.
Tell us.
What year did O'Sullivan walk out on Stephen?
Oh, 2002?
2006.
Fair enough.
Yeah, 2006.
Yeah, Stephen got to the final and Ebden beat him 10-6.
Fair enough.
Higgins missed the pink in that quarterfinal, which would have won him the match, by the way. And he admitted the following season that he spent all summer thinking about that.
Yeah.
Well, you would do.
Oh dear. Right then, guys. Well, thank you very much for today's episode.
I've got to answer the trivia question that I posed yesterday.
Oh yes, of course.
So,
and I've got to pose one for tomorrow, by the way.
Okay. So my question was, what player is the only player to be a runner-up in the World Snooker Championships and the World Billiards Championships? The answer is Eddie Charlton. In 75, he was runner-up in 75 at World Snooker, and in billiards was 1974 and 74, 76, and 84.
Okie dokie.
Any other final comments, Scott? What have you got?
Yes, I've got tomorrow's trivia question.
Okay, please.
Right. Well, our first one tomorrow is 1997, which is famous, of course, for O'Sullivan's Maximum.
Yep.
But who beat him in the following round?
Okay.
He won that match, but who beat him in the following round?
Okay.
All right.
Just to let you know, a quick update from the Championship League. Kyra Wilson beat Mark Williams 3-2.
And what was the song for 96?
Oh, sorry, yeah, 96 song.
In case anyone's wondering.
Return of the Mac. Mark Morrison.
Oh, yeah, Mark.
Yeah, what a song. What a song. And number 2 was Designed for Life by the Manic Street Preachers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get him.
There you go. Get him there now. So yes, thank you. And also Gina G was about that year, who are just a little bit. She was also a Eurovision entry, wasn't she, Gina G? I'm sure she was. I can't remember what song it was though. It wasn't that, was it?
No.
I can't remember. Anyway, thank you guys. We're not here to talk music, we're here to talk snooker. And I want to say thank you very much for your input tonight, guys. Great show.
Fantastic.
One of the best finals of 1990 to 1996 then for you, Mike.
99, Hendry 18-14 one.
Scott?
Yeah, I'll agree with Mike and go 1992.
And I'll go with 1994, even though Jimmy lost, but it was still one of them finals, you know. It was a decider, and we like deciders, but there you go. It went the wrong way, unfortunately, but yeah, there you go. Just before we go, got a snooker question from somebody. Just a second. We've got a question for us.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it up. Just a second. That's another innuendo. Sorry. Sorry, that was another innuendo. Sorry, I'll just get it up. Right, we're just getting it typed on an answer at the moment. And I'll tell you what the question is and who it's sent by.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, the answer is yes, by the way. Chris Drake, my brother. I seriously don't want to read that out because I don't want to make him look an idiot.
What did he say?
The answer is yes. Has Doc won the World Championship? Are you living on this
2006.
All right.
Okay. For some strange reason, he's asked that question, and
all right.
Sorry to read it out, but yeah.
So
who did he beat again?
Peter Ebdon.
Peter Ebdon, yeah.
1814 it was.
Yeah, 2006.
Yep.
He guessed it 2005. Don't make yourself look more of an idiot, mate. Just you're digging your hole now.
Shall we end it there, gentlemen?
So
yeah, I think we should. So, like I say, thank you very much. Tomorrow we're covering finals 97 to 2000, I guess.
Is it 2000 or 2003?
Shall we go 2001?
Okay, we'll figure it out anyway off there.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you.
Have a good night, guys. See you all.
Goodbye.
See you, Scott.